Hi guys, just on a walk here with the dog, and I thought I'd just do a quick video. So I did something stupid. I rejoined Facebook after being missing on there for 2 years, and I joined a couple of pension sites. I got really frustrated by the number of people who were asking questions about whether they should be paying their mortgage off earlier or putting it into a pension, and the other one was about whether they should be getting an annuity for their pension or whether they should just do kind of drawdown or something else. So actually a lot of them say, I think my only option's an annuity, I don't think there's any other thing to do, and the forms are really complex. So let me address the mortgage one first. So if I get my salary this month, gets paid into my bank account, and I've got 100 quid spare going cash, I can do a couple of things with that. I can either pay it off of my mortgage, sounds sensible, or I can put it into my personal pension. So let's look at the two options. So if I'm a 40% taxpayer, higher rate. So if I get that 100 quid, I send it to my mortgage company. I know the APR, the annual percentage rate on that mortgage, is about 5%. So I'm going to save myself a fiver. Okay. Now, if I decide not to do that and I stick it into my personal pension, I'll put it in 100 quid. And a few weeks later, HMRC will send another 50 quid into the same account. That's because I'm getting my tax back. Because when you pay money into a personal pension, you get your tax back. Now you may be saying, well, I haven't got a personal pension like that, I've got a company scheme. Well, you can do the same thing, and it's even better actually. So if you work for a company, you can say to your employer, I want to pay £100 a month in extra. And what they'll do is they'll pay that in. The tax will come off. You won't pay the tax on it, so it'll be in a similar position to I would be. Plus, you'll save some NI probably, and you might even find the employer tops up your pension themselves a bit more as well. So it's crazy to just automatically think the thing to do for me is to pay off my mortgage. And of course, then when I do hit retirement, I've got a 25% tax free of all that extra money I've been putting into a pension I can use to actually pay my mortgage off. So, it does make sense to have a think about the options and what the tax implications are of the decision you're making. I'll come back to that in a minute because there are some caveats it's worth mentioning. Now, the other thing I get really frustrated about, so I was on Facebook and there was a lot of people saying, oh, I've got to choose an annuity in the next 7 days and the forms are really complicated and they want to know, my inside leg measurements. Yeah, they do. That's because, they're trying to work out how long you're going to live and therefore how much they're going to pay you. So they want to know if you're a smoker, they want to know if you drink, they want to know if you've got any major illnesses that are going to allow them to pay you some more because they think you're going to live a shorter period. But people think it's the only option, and it's not. I wouldn't dream about paying an annuity. What I'm going to do with my pensions, my direct contribution pensions, I'm going to put it into a drawdown account. Every time I take cash out, I can get 25% of that tax free. I can do it at my pace. I don't need to be paying an annuity company an insurance premium for managing that for me and deciding how much I'm going to get. That can be my decision. I can control all that, and I can have my pension sitting in a shares account, say tracking the world index, for example, which on average pays about 9% a year. I'll have that account there for a good 20-30 years. I know it's going to go up significantly. So for me, the fact that people don't understand or know or are able to make the choice between whether to pay your mortgage off or pay it into your pension, I don't have the choice about whether to buy an annuity or put it into a drawdown account, is the thing that really frustrates me, to be honest. If people had access to better information, then the world would be a much better place, wouldn't it? So that's my rant after going on Facebook after being missing for 2 years. I think I need to leave again. But it is interesting, actually. I've joined a few interesting pension groups and just getting to... Because people come on YouTube generally are looking for information passively and receiving the information, whereas on Facebook, a lot of people are asking questions. Can anyone help me with this? Can anyone tell me what to do with this? And I think that's where I'm getting frustrated, is because I'm seeing that, you know, people don't understand these things. If they did, they'd be in a much better financial position. So I mentioned mortgages and the fact that actually, you know, even though I'm getting 50 quid rather than 5 quid by paying into my pension, not always the right thing to do. So I'll give you a scenario. So imagine I'm paying away into my pension, or I'm paying away into my mortgage, but I get made redundant 20 years before I can start claiming my pension. Well, I can't touch that money. I can't touch that money I put into my pension until I hit 55. I might need it. Whereas if I'd paid down a lot of my mortgage and I got made redundant and I was struggling financially, then I'd have paid off a lot of my mortgage would have been less. However, if you're 50, for example, like I was when I really started to pay into my pension account rather than paying off my mortgage, then you know you're only 5 years away from being able to claim it. And that's what I did really, is I rung my pension company up when I was about 50, and my mortgage company up when I was about 50, and said, look, I just want to go interest only. I don't want to pay anything more than the need to. It saved me almost £1,000 a month, to be fair, on my mortgage. So what I did with that extra £1,000 a month is that I paid that into my pension. Every time I paid £1,000 in, £500 would appear from HMRC a couple of weeks later. Absolute no-brainer for me. I couldn't believe that, you know, not everyone doesn't do the kind of same thing, really. Hiya. This way, Pink, come on. Come on. Come on. You're going in the water? You're going in the water? Yeah. So I'm not the only one who's running a channel on here trying to help people to better understand pensions at kind of a basic level, really. There's dozens of us, you know, so try out the likes of Pension Craft. Go and have a look at his website. He's got some fantastic information. But I mean, many of the people who watch this know pensions better than I do, to be honest, but this is aimed at people who haven't got that basic knowledge and find pensions and tax confusing. And for you guys, you know, have a little look, search for the word SIP, search for the word drawdown, find some good videos, follow them, and I think you'll find it's not as complex as it sounds, really. So if one of my aims with this channel is to help people to make better decisions around the pension, then I'm really hoping that this will drive, at least if it drives one or two of you to find out a bit more and then not make the mistake of thinking an annuity is the only thing you can do when you reach 55 or 60 or whenever your annuity pension provider demands that you start paying into an annuity. And they will do that. That's what people say. You get a phone call, you're going to retire in 3 weeks. Here's a 1,000-page form for you to fill in. We want all your inside leg measurements so that we can decide how much annuity you get. They don't really tell you. Actually, you can just move that pot into a different type of pot where you can actually control all the drawdown yourself and control where that money is invested, which for most people is the best option. We've had these kind of pension freedoms now for 10 years. It's crazy that we've not had better education around this, but the stuff's out there. There's some fantastic people on YouTube. Make sure you go and find them all. Tune in occasionally and just try and up your own knowledge if you think you need to on what some of the basic issues are around pensions, and get the best out of it you can. This is Brotherton Park on the middle, by the way. Absolutely gorgeous if you're down this way. Gorgeous place to walk. Lived here for 55 years, so I know like the back of my hand. Funny that saying though, isn't it? Like the back of my hand. Because I don't really study the back of my hand very much. I did spot the back of my hand the other day. I thought, oh my God, your hand's looking so old. It looks like your dad's hand. Hope someone finds this useful. Thanks again. See you on the next one. We must be deluded.
Yeah.
I think that's probably true.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, all the comments are welcome.
Yeah, we have real good fun reading through the comments. So yeah, please keep them coming. And don't forget, what was the percentage? 94.6% of you lot haven't subscribed. Subscribe. Thanks everyone. See you on the next one.